What's going on, guys? It is the Lone Courier here, and I'm here to talk to you guys today about the Modern Warfare collection. Now, just want to say, got some Black Ops 1 gameplay on backwards compatibility. This is on my Xbox One, and yeah, so got some pretty decent gameplay on the map Array with the Enfield with the reflex sight. Enfield, dude, it's by far one of my most favourite assault rifles from that game, honestly. Black Ops 1 got it so right when it came down to assault rifles. Every single one of them, amazing. Except, like, the FAL, that was... yeah, that was pretty poor, but most of them were amazing, and it's just so good playing that game again. So much nostalgia. But yes, we're going to get back onto the nostalgia train here, and I want to talk about the Modern Warfare collection. Now, not the last gen version. I want to talk about a Modern Warfare collection for next gen. Now, this year, obviously, Modern Warfare Remastered is happening, so maybe there's a potential for more Modern Warfare remasters, but at this current moment, I'm talking about maybe just Modern Warfare Remastered packaged with MW2 and MW3 as they are. You know how you had the Halo Master Chief Collection, which had Halo 1 and 2 remastered, but 3 was still as it was. Obviously had some retextures, some things look a little bit prettier. You know, they did a little bit of patchwork in some places. You know, they polished some things up. They upped the frame rate a little bit. Or at least I think they did, I think it played at 60 FPS. Not too sure about that, but... you know, they kind of bumped it up, did some patchwork, fixed a few things in Halo 3, and it made it look nice. And that's what I want the Modern Warfare collection to be like, just without the horrific launch of the MCC. Forget that noise. If there was going to be a Modern Warfare collection, you know, it'd be good enough. And that's what I want to talk about, because right now, Call of Duty community, it's really split. Now, it's not like split in two ways, because it's split in numerous different ways right now. Obviously, it's split because, yeah, the games just aren't as good as they used to be. I'd say from Call of Duty Black Ops 2 onwards, the games have really been lacking. Everybody thought Call of Duty 2, Black Ops 2 was like one of the best CODs ever, but I would argue that. I would argue against that. I wouldn't say it's a very good game. Sure, it was okay, but, you know, it's just, it wasn't that good, you know? The hatred that people are feeling towards Black Ops 3, you've got to remember, that's what it was like back in Black Ops 2 as well. You know, Black Ops 2, it wasn't exactly, like, nobody really embraced the game that much in the community until after Black Ops 2. I think a lot of people are forgetting that. A lot of people were complaining about that game. You know, you had the snipers who pretty much packed up and left halfway to Black Ops 2, halfway through that game's life cycle, when obviously the very infamous DSR patch came out and the ballista got nerfed. Well, the snipers all got nerfed, and the snipers jumped back onto the older games. You know, it didn't really have that generally good opinions on Black Ops 2 until after its life cycle. So you've got to keep remembering that. But in my honest opinion, the games haven't been that good from MW3 onwards. You know, MW3 was a fucking shit game in my opinion. I'm not saying that I'd hate it coming back, I wouldn't mind it, but, you know, it's a pretty poor game in my honest opinion. I didn't really like it that much, and you could tell the cracks, you could see all the problems from Infinity Ward packing up and leaving halfway through the game's development. Obviously, Infinity Ward are still actually a thing, but it's a completely different company now. Halfway through the development time for MW3, you know, obviously when Black Ops 1 was out, there was this big drama that went down in Infinity Ward, and it ended up, it just resulted in most of the company leaving. I think Vincent Pilla and Jason West, I think it's Jason West at least, those two guys were fired from Infinity Ward, and they took most of the company with them, which ended up with the remnants of Infinity Ward. I just generally, you know, they're good as an all-together team. All of them were good as a team, but I think the remnants weren't exactly the most able people, you know? I don't know, I don't exactly know the exact situation, but as you can tell, MW3 was the result, and it wasn't the best game ever. Despite it being a very large commercial success, I didn't like the game much. So, overall, you've got people that have been like having the same opinions as me. Call of Duty hasn't been very good for a while, and obviously that's one divide right there. You've got the people that still actually like the new games. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think they're terrible, but you know, they definitely aren't the same games that I used to play. And I mean, I can fully accept that the games are never going to be the same again, you know, because the games that I grew up playing obviously was like MW1 and MW2, Black Ops 1, World at War, stuff like that, you know, and it's a different generation of gamers. I think a lot of people are forgetting that. It's kind of like with Halo right now, because Halo is pretty much in the exact same situation as Call of Duty. It has changed a lot. And, you know, all it takes is just to go back and look at Halo 2 and Halo 3, and then have a look at Halo 4 and 5, and you can see the differences. You know, it is a dramatic difference from the classic Halos, and that's the exact same situation they're in that Call of Duty's in right now. Obviously, you've got the people that still enjoy the games, which is fair enough. I'm not going to slander anybody that enjoys the older games. You know, you do you. You enjoy the games if you want to. It's just, if they released a Modern Warfare collection, it would at least go to the length of fixing the community in some way, shape or form. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to bring back the millions of players that stopped playing Call of Duty, but it is definitely going to at least fix Call of Duty for the next wee while. You know, it'll bring back a lot of the hardcore MW fans that enjoyed those games. You know, there's people that I see like Sandy Ravage, like he's one of the main people I remember from back in the day. If you don't know who Sandy Ravage is, I'll leave a couple of his videos down in the description. Spaztex 130. If you didn't know what Spaztex 130 was, you're missing out. Basically, this guy goes on a gigantic tear with the Spaz 12, the Semtex, and the AC 130 combined, and it's awesome. You know, he'd slap some Metallica in the background, and it was a fucking great set of videos that he did. He also did Booster Justice. You know, that's this kind of stuff that you don't see nowadays, and that's the kind of content I prefer watching. Honestly, I don't mind the new kind of videos that there is, but I would take a Sandy Ravage video over an Ali A supply drop opening any single day of the week, as I think most other people would. But I bring those kind of guys back. Like, I'm not saying that Sandy... I can't really speak for Sandy Ravage, honestly, because, you know, I'm not him. I don't know what he thinks. But he hasn't really played much Call of Duty. And, you know, it's these older hardcore guys. They would probably come back and play some more of the game if you brought the MW series back, which would be a very big commercial success. Because, obviously, if it's got Modern Warfare in the title, it's going to bring back a lot of people. You know, the amount of hype that there's been around the Modern Warfare Remastered is off the charts. You know, the people that have been talking about that are the people that haven't been playing Call of Duty for the last few years, you know, that think the games are crap now. It would bring those guys back, you know, the people that moved on. You know, they went to college, they went to university, they just didn't have time to play Call of Duty, or they just got fed up of the game, you know. They bring those guys back. And I really feel like that's the kind of people that Call of Duty needs to bring back to the franchise. People who just got bored with it and maybe jumped to Battlefield, or maybe just stopped playing games entirely. You know, it'd sell so many more consoles, it'd sell so many more games, and it would really be a huge corporate success for Activision. You know, I'm trying to say this in as much of a business standpoint as I can, because Activision are a business. You know, obviously they do whatever is going to make them the most money, and I think this is going to make them the most money. And then we also have the thing that it also does, which is good, is it helps fix the community, you know. If Activision actually do care about the community, that is, of course, it would bring back the fans that have stopped playing, and it would also satisfy the people that don't want exo jumps or don't want thrust packs in their games. Now, honestly, I have an open mind here. I can enjoy any game, no matter what it is, if it's a good game, you know. Black Ops 3, I didn't enjoy playing that game because it just wasn't a good game in my opinion. In my opinion there, of course. So I didn't play much of it, you know. But these older games, you know, it has got a really big, like, fucking population there that want them back. You know, the people that don't want exo jumps. And I think the best way to cater to people who don't want them and people who do want them is to just release both kinds of games, you know. Obviously they're doing it this year. They really, I wouldn't say they've listened, but they have kind of satisfied us in a way because they're giving us Modern Warfare Remastered. But that's not good enough, you know, because then it comes to next year, we don't know what the game's going to be. You know, it might be another futuristic game, it might be Advanced Warfare 2 for all we know, or it might be a World War II shooter like it's been rumoured. Overall, the main way to deal with this is probably just to release a Modern Warfare collection in the meantime, or the least they could do is add Modern Warfare 2 and 3 onto backwards compatibility, because I feel like those are the two games that are really missing off of there. Sure, Black Ops 1 is good enough. I really love that I've got Black Ops 1 on my Xbox One. That is amazing, but we just need more, you know. It's just a matter of needing more content, you know, because these older games, you know, they just aren't as guaranteed to be as good as they once were. They just aren't good as they were before, you know, because now there's no dedicated servers, there's a lot of hackers, there's a lot of lag, stuff like that, and it's just going to be great if they do bring back these older games, because I don't know what it is with the Xbox One, but I feel like a lot of kids just can't use their hacks or their mods on Xbox One. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just harder to mod one of them. I don't know, but it's just overall I prefer it back in the older games. So it'd be good because it'd give us more of a game to play. You know, you could also just say, oh, well, you're getting Modern Warfare 1 remastered, and you've got Black Ops 1 on backwards compatibility, so that's good enough for you guys. But it would help with everybody. And if it's a Modern Warfare collection, like I say, with all 3 games packaged into the one bundle, it'd be good for the PS4 players as well, because those guys haven't got backwards compatibility on these games. And it really feels like PS4 players, even though they have got the DLC exclusivity, feels like those guys are getting the shaft. Especially the player population on PS4 that don't like the exo jumps and whatnot. I feel like most of those guys that don't enjoy it have stuck with Xbox One though, so you know, I guess that is a good point there. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Just been spitballing some ideas of what I think would generally help the Call of Duty community, because a lot of people like to complain about channels such as myself, and they're like, oh, well, you complain about the game enough, but you don't offer any valid opinions, you know, of how to fix the game, how to make the game better. So for those guys that complain about that kind of shit, yeah, you can shut up. I've offered some valuable opinions on what could help fix Call of Duty. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been a long courier. For those of you that are new to the channel, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, of course. You know, I'm not going to fucking stick a gun to your head and say, like the video. But you know, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Heads up, enemy RCXD spotted. Friendly care package on the way. Enemy napalm strike inbound. Good job, team. Stand by for further orders.